ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ नमः प्रणवार्ताय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ श्रीवेदव्यासमहर्षये नमः। वैशम्पायन महर्षये नमः। याज्ञवल्क्य महर्षये नमः। आद्यशंकर सद्गुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। व्याहृति upasana from ninth mantra. We do the chanting. ॐ भूर्भुवः सुवरिति वा एतास्तिस्रो व्याहृतयः तासामुहस्मै तां चतुर्थीं माहाचमस्य प्रवेदयते मह इति तद्ब्रह्म स आत्मा अङ्गान्यन्या देवताः भूरिति वा अयं लोकः भुव इत्यन्तरिक्षं सुवरित्यसौ लोकः मह इत्यादित्यः आदित्येन वाव सर्वे लोका महीयन्ते भूरिति वा अग्निः भुव इति वायुः सुवरित्यादित्यः मह इति चन्द्रमाः चन्द्रमसा वाव सर्वाणि ज्योतिगंसि महीयन्ते भूरिति वा रुचः भुव इति सामानि सुवरिति यजोगंसि मह इति ब्रह्म ब्रह्मणा वाव सर्वे वेदा महीयन्ते भूरिति वै प्राणः भुव इत्यपानः सुवरिति व्यानः मह इत्यन्नम् अन्नेन वाव सर्वे प्राणामहीयन्ते तावा एताश्चतस्रश्चतुर्धा चतस्रश्चतस्रो व्याहृतयः तायो वेद स वेद ब्रह्म सर्वेऽस्मै देवा बलिमावहन्ते स य एषोऽन्तर्हृदय आकाशः तस्मिन्नयं पुरुषो मनोमयः अमृतो हिरण्मयः अन्तरेण तालुके य एष स्तन इवावलम्बते सेन्द्रयोनिः यत्रासौ केशान्तो विवर्तते व्यपोह्य शीर्षकपाले भूरित्यग्नौ प्रतितिष्ठति भुव इति वायौ सुवरित्यादित्ये मह इति ब्रह्मणि आप्नोति स्वराज्यम् आप्नोति मनसस्पतिं वाक्पतिश्चक्षुष्पतिः श्रोत्रपतिर्विज्ञानपतिः एतत्ततो भवति आकाशशरीरं ब्रह्म सत्यात्मप्राणारामं मन आनन्दं शान्तिसमृद्धममृतम् इति प्राचीनयोग्योपास्व पृथिव्यन्तरिक्षं द्यौर्दिशो वान्तरदिशा अग्निर्वायुरादित्यश्चन्द्रमा नक्षत्राणि आप ओषधयो वनस्पतय आकाश आत्मा इत्यधिभूतम् अथाध्यात्मं प्राणो व्यानोपान उदानः समानः चक्षुश्रोत्रं मनोवाक् त्वक् चर्ममागस्सग्गस्नावास्थिमज्जा एतदधिविधाय ऋषिरवोचत पाङ्क्तं वा इदगं सर्वं पाङ्क्तेनैव पाङ्क्तग्गः स्पृणोतीति ओमिति ब्रह्म ओमित्येदगं सर्वम् ओमित्येतदनुकृतिः स्म वा अप्यो श्रावयेत्याश्रावयन्ते ओमिति सामानि गायन्ते ओगुं शोमिति शस्त्राणि शगुंसन्ते ओमित्यध्वर्युः प्रतिगरं प्रतिगृणाति ओमिति ब्रह्मा प्रसौति ओमित्यग्निहोत्र ओमित्यग्निहोत्रमनुजानाति ओमिति ब्राह्मणः प्रवक्ष्यन्नाह ब्रह्मोपाप्नवानीति ब्रह्मैवोपाप्नोति ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ कृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय आरण्यक अन्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते ओमथ प्रथमा शिक्षा वल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवागः शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः Saluting all the rishis, munis, gurus, Shruti Mata, our Guru Parampara, requesting them to bless us with all the abilities, capacities to understand, practice, experience what is said in the Shastras. If we already have the capacity of subtlety, of the purity, single-mindedness, straight away study the Upanishads. The meaning is conveyed to us. Understand it, contemplate, know the truth. In case if our antakarana is not so qualified right now, with various upasanas, prakriyas, practices of whatever that are given in our shastra, we make our antakarana qualified. Along with that, the jnanam given in the Upanishadic Shastras and is unlike, not like the knowledge which we have of the world. It is something sublime, something deeper, something different, something regarding that which is beyond the perception of the senses, comprehension even of the intellect, both the goal as well as the means. First of all, we have to learn the language, vocabulary, sentences, their meanings, Then, more than the literal meaning of the sentence to be understood, are the in between the words and sentences. What is unsaid, that is the one, while studying any of the Shastra, especially the Upanishadic Adhyayana, we should have the capacity to grasp. the unsaid things in between the sentences. After that, only the total comprehension comes to us regarding what is the goal to reach, as well as therefore what is the sadhana. All this again is only at the intellectual achievement level, which is no less. Yet, it is not sufficient enough to get the promised goal by the Upanishads called as the Visharanam, Avasadhanam, and Gamanam. That means loosening, removal of samsara and ignorance, and experiencing Brahma Tattva. The Anubhuti of the Brahma Tattva again depends only not on the intellectual understanding at all. After that, how sincerely, seriously we are living up to the knowledge gained regarding our antakarana shuddhi, our knowledge gained regarding our sadhana to be done, till the knowledge of the experience of the self actually happens to us for everyone. In this thing, there is no compromise at all. Then, once one sets his foot on the spiritual sadhana of ultimate truth or reality or the self, let the walking or travel be slow, steady, serious, sincere. Let it take time if it takes time, depending on the sublimity of the subject, our ability at this moment. Go word by word, sentence by sentence, both in the understanding as well as practicing, the mastering the practice. Nothing is urgent, nothing is so restless here. It is not an academic study that you finish the portion in a particular time, there is an exam conducted, whatever mugged up, you just vomit on the paper through the pen. That the one who does the correction, then he gives some marks and you get certificate. After that, there's no relation at all with that knowledge and my life. Brahma Vidya is not like that. Brahma Vidya's every aspect is related to us only to get us a liberation. So if we through the Brahma Vidya have to get the sought goal of mukti or liberation, at every moment we have to, till the studied subject becomes anvaya to me, becomes applicable to me and applied by me on me. I can never satisfy, I should never say I'm satisfied, and it will never give me the progress. In this sincerity, when one involves, then he studies little, practices that much, grows to that extent. Studies little more, practices that also grows further. That's how let that genuineness in us as a sadhaka with all his maturities be there in us. May we grow like that steadily, systematically, slowly but surely. May all the Rishi Muni Guru Devata Parampara bless us. Now, in this Shiksha Valli of the Taittiriya Upanishad, the first Valli, introduction, Shamno Mitra invocation, then Shiksha Dhyayam, then the most important thing of training us to do the upasana of whatever the great things that are happening at the micro level as well as the macro level. And what is the upasana? Observing the great phenomena that are happening, acknowledging them, appreciating the one who is behind all of that, and seeing the consequence of all of that in our own personality, where I am not claiming anything, that it is the infinite, the divine, that He is doing everything. When that comes to us, our upasana is coming to a beautiful result. Then only the next step of that. Therefore, who is the one behind all these happenings? The inquiry starts called as the Jnana Marga, the path of inquiry, knowing the truth. So all of that were told to us. And another definition of upasana given to us is Yatha Shastram Tulya Pratyaya Santatahi Asankirnacha Atat Pratyahi Shastrokta Alambana Vishayacha. It is a upasana. It is the general definition of upasana. There are upasanas in this world of everything. The Guru Upasana, the Mata Pita Upasana, the Daiva Upasana, the Upasana working in the office, Upasana with the friends. So different Upasanas are there. But for all of them, the common definition is this. The 4 points in this Upasana are: first, Yatha Shastra. It should be according to the Shastra, all the rules, regulations. Like I am doing the Upasana of a friend means I am establishing in friendliness with him in such a way that all the rules of friendship are followed, all the benefits of friendship are gained. So too with the parents. All the rules of how I am to be there as a child and all the benefits of being child I should get. That's called Upasana. So for that, first thing is Yatha Shastram. Second is Tulya Prataya Santati. Continuously, as said by the Shastra, the Pratyaya, the thought should be Tulya, exactly as said by the Shastra, similar. To substantiate this sentence, what was said by the Lord, Asankiranacha Atat Pratyayihi, that which is not disturbed or distracted or polluted by the dissimilar thoughts. As per Shastra, Tulya Pratyaya, undisturbed, impurified by the dissimilar way of the thoughts. Then fourth one, Shastrokta Alambana Vishayacha. In fact, for this Upasana, what is the Vishaya? Of whose Alambana we have to hold and do the sadhana. Vishaya means purpose. What is said in the Shastra, that alone is a purpose. Shastrokta Vishaya Alambana. And only one Vishaya Shastra tells that all other jivas finally have to know the truth and get liberated. So उस विषय को आलम्बन बनाते हुए, शास्त्रोक्त विधान को जानते हुए, तुल्य प्रत्यय इन द थॉट्स एज वेल एज इन द प्रैक्टिस मेंटेन करते हुए, not allowing the asankirana pratyaya. When we do, that's called as upasana. So my parents and me, I am to do the upasana of them as the parents, myself as the child. So therefore, yatha shastram, what is said in the shastra as regards the qualities of me, the child, and my expression of respect, reverence, upasana to the parents. पहले उसको जानो, यथा शास्त्रम. Then tulya pratyaya, maintain only those thoughts and do only that way the actions. Then asankirnasha atat pratyahi, any dissimilar thoughts I may get prompted to have dissimilar actions because of any outer or inner influences, not allowing that to happen. And Shastra, Yatha Shastra, Shastrokta Vishaya Alambana. What is the Vishaya Alambana of the Shastra? The Shastra said two things. One, parents are Pratyaksha Daivam, without them we cannot live. Therefore, it is our duty to serve them. Then, through the parents, we should be able to visualize the Lord. That is the Vishaya. Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava is the Vishaya. And they deserve all our respect, service, reverence. दिस इज द विषय. शास्त्र ने कहा ये. तो उस चीज को अचीव करने के लिए रूल्स को जानते हुए, वही फॉलो करते हुए, उसका डिसिमिलर थॉट्स को आने नहीं देना. दिस उपासना डेफिनेशन एवरीवेयर. Outcome of that upasana is we get the 100% result or benefit for which this upasana is being done. Anyway, that was just to be saying and to be more clear about the upasana definition. Now we, by the grace of Lord, have entered into and almost came to the verge of the fourth anuvaka, which talks about both the mantras for doing as japa for getting the medha shakti, as well as the mantras to be utilized for doing yagna, yaga, havana, homa with swakara to obtain all the riches or the shri. So the havana for shri kama, japa for the medha kama. The prarthanas are done. The havana is done. And keeping whom in front of us? The same Parabrahma Paramatma only. But here, as the Upasya Aradhya Deva, in the form of the Vedic period god called as Omkara. In our own tradition, modern day, it can be our own Ishtadeva of any name and form. So, addressing him. So, in these two mantras, if you are serious, sincere, genuine to know the guidance for the entire lifetime as to whom to pray and how to pray and what for praying, completely the subject is given. And we have to feel genuine, our interest, we should have that genuine interest in knowing, doing, gaining. That seeker in us has to be born. इन मंत्रों के द्वारा, इन मंत्रों से जो मिलने वाली वस्तु है उसको मैं पाकर ही रहूंगा इन मंत्रों के माध्यम से. That sort of committed disciple in me, seeker in me, the one when I create, when I generate, accordingly when I utilize these mantras for japa and homa, what is promised there certainly, surely, definitely comes to us. Okay. Now we saw it 3 days back, we saw it 2 days back, yesterday also we saw, today also, giving all the initial things literally. Last 3 or 4 sentences which we have not done completely thoroughly, that one we do. Then we enter into the Shri Kama Homa mantras. First we are in the Medha Kama Japa mantra. We are learning. Now first chant the mantra, fourth Anuvaka completely. Start. ॐ यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्बभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतो अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः. दिस पोर्शन ऑफ मंत्रास, 4-5 लाइन है उसमें, मेधा काम जप mantras addressing to Omkara Devata. When these mantras are chanted with the genuine feeling born out of the meaning thoroughly understood, then by the grace of that Paramatma, in the form of the Omkara, he will bless us with the required medhas, which is the only thing by which the Adhyatmic Jnanam which is gained is remembered and continuously practiced till the experience of Aham Brahmasmi, which is the cause of the mukti, happens. So, 2 sentences are in praise of that Pranava, the Omkara. Yaha Chandasam Rushavaha, point 1. Vishwarupaha, point 2. Chandobhyaha Adi Amrutat Sambhabhuva. These are the 3 praises of that Omkara. Why? Only when we know the Mahatmya of someone that we will praise, only after praising that we get that person's nodding of the head, after which we can put our request or whatever the desire in front of them for them to fulfill them for us. For the heart also to develop that respect and reverence and faith, we must know the Mahima or Mahatmya, and knowing that Mahima and Mahatmya, when we do the praise through some mantras, that pleases the one who is expected to bless us. Once he is pleased with us, the blessings are sure, and when the blessings come, definitely we grow. While doing all this exercise, one beautiful thing that Shruti Mata trying to convey to us is whether to conduct ourselves in our outer life for the outer successes, whether to conduct our inner sadhanas for the inner success of spirituality. In both cases, be attentive. There is somebody who is other than me, the infinite Lord. His grace and blessings alone will make me succeed. Success will never come only by my own efforts. This has to be understood. Although I have to put my efforts, but it is not me who is a giver of phala, karma phala. I have only the adhikara in doing the karma. Phala data is someone else who is managing the show of the entire universe. That principle is there. From him alone we get the results as well as blessings. Therefore, it is inevitable, even though we are the Advaita Brahma Jnana seekers, before we enter into that theme or goal, finally, before to reach to that level, as a necessary thing, we have to believe, accept, have faith in the presence of the Lord with all His powers, and we also must know that it is necessary for us to do the upasana and get the blessings. When all the antakarana shuddhi is done, when the sadhya nishtha is established, when the sadhana nishtha also has come thereafter, other than the sadhana of the shravana, manana, nididhyasana, no other upasana is required at that time till the sadhya comes. But who is the one who will take me to that level? Not me. With all my limited abilities, capacities, I can't control my mind. I can't control the vasanas. I can't control the infinite prakriti, the maya. कौन कराएगा ये सब मेरे से? मामे वये प्रबध्यन्ते maya में ताम तरन्ति. After that much is done, thereafter then upasana tadeva brahmatvam vidhi na idam yat idam upasate. After that, you need not do the upasana of the upasya devata as upasaka. There you are a jignasu to know the Gneya Vastu called as Brahma Tattva. We can go for it at that time. But before that, the necessity. Clear? Now, Om, Omkara is the God addressed. While saying the Om, it is Parabrahma, it is Ishvara, it is Sakala Devata Rupas, it is your own Ishtadeva. All four are correct. Whichever suits whichever the person, that he should select. Om is Parabrahma, Om is Ishvara, Srishti Sthidilaya Karaka, Om is Sakala Devata Rupa, Om is your own Ishtadeva. Start with Ishtadeva. Then go to the next meaning. Om means all the Devata Rupas. Then we can go, Om is that Ishvara, the wielder of Maya, the doer of the Srishti Sthidilaya. Thereafter, Om is directly Parabrahma. Through Oma, Om is Parabrahma only. So first start as your own Ishtadeva, Om. So Yaha Chandasam Rushabhaha, who is the best, who is proclaimed, exclaimed, etc. in the Chandas, in the Vedas. The Shreshta Uttama. Rushabha Iva Rushabha, it is said. Who is the Chandasam Rushabhaha? Be attentive. By the word also, Om is the Rishabha. By the meaning of the word Om, the Paramatma also, he is the Rishabha of the Chandas. So many mantras are there in Vedas. Yeah, they're all like the cows and calves. Who is the bull in all the Veda mantra? Omkar. So many aspects of Paramatma's facets are variety are told in the Vedas. They're all like cows and calves. But who is the bull? The Om, who is Parabrahma. That way, Rishabha, both ways. Yes, Chandasam Rishabha. Then, why he is Chandasam Rishabha? Because he is Vishwarupaha. Is equal to, he is Sarva Rupaha. Is equal to Sarva Vaka Vyaptehe. So, Mantra Drishtya, Om is the one which is permeating all the Vaka of the entire universe. Yeah. Then mantra thema drishtya, who is the theme of the Om Parabrahma? He alone is vyapta on the entire world of forms which are permeated by the names. पूरे विश्व में so many forms है, हर फॉर्म का नाम है. तो इन सारे नाम रूप को, नामों को ओंकार व्याप्त किया है, रूपों को परब्रह्म ने व्याप्त किया. Therefore, Chandasam Vrishabha. For us also, to be more precise, Chandasam Vrishabha means best among all the Vedas, means Om when it is taken as Upasana, Om when it is taken as Dhyana, that is enough for the ultimate result. The Upasana of the Om gives us all qualification. Then the contemplation on the theme of the Upanishad on the theme of the Omkara gives us the experience. एक ओम को पकड़ो सब हो जाता है. That is the meaning of Ya Chandasam Rishabha Vishwarupaha. Then how this Omkara has come? Chandobhyaha Adi Amrutat Samabhuva. The Parabrahma is always there. The Vedas are always there. The Omkara is eternally there. But when the Amrita Swarupa Omkara Vedas were inquired upon or tried to understood or churned from then, the nectarine Omkara has expressed, not created. Like Amrita was always there in the ocean, it got expressed when the churning was done. अमृत वहां नहीं था तो बना नहीं था, वो बाहर आया. इन द सेम वे सम्यक बभूव ओंकार छंदोभ्य अधि अमृता. तो example given to us was of Brahmadeva, who was given the job of Srishti. He wanted to have the Sarishtam of Loka, Deva, Veda and Vyahuti. When he did the tremendous, terrific tapasya, what was revealed to him as Sarishtam of everything is Omkara. These are all explanation. To explain the sentence, Chandobhyaha Adhi Amrutat Sambhavuva. Okay? Now, after this way, O Lord, you are Omkara, you are Chandasa Amrushabha, you are Vishwarupaha, Chandobhyaha Adhi Amrutat Sambhavuvaha. Having this way praised him, now Sa Indraha Me Mam Medhaya Ma Mam Medhaya Spurnotu. So we have thoroughly discussed this topic. Here that Omkara is addressed with his capacity. What is the capacity? Indraha. What is Indraha? Sarva Kama Ishwaraha Parama Ishwaraha. These are the words which have to be remembered. He is the Phaladata of all the Kamana and Karma done by all the Jivas. How is it so? Because Parama Ishwaraha is the supreme powerful Lord. Therefore, he is called Indraha. Now, this is all faith. What is the faith? Faith on the Om. On the Om, what is the faith? On the Om, the faith that is Indra. What is the meaning of the Indra? Is Sarva Kameshwara and Parameshwara. Now, refer from that side. There is a presence of that infinite power. Who is bestowing? There is a power, there is a presence of some infinite power is called Parameshwara. Who is bestowing? The result of all actions and result of all kamana or prayer to all jivas. Therefore, that Parameshwara is Sarva Kameshwara. Because of these two things, etymologically, technically, he is called as Indra. Indra is a Sanskrita Shabda for the all-powerful and all-giving, the Lord. That's what Indro Maya Vehi Pururupa Iyate. Him, that Indra, who is derived as Paramakameshwara, Parameshwara, I am now naming him as Omkara, as I am guided by my Vedas, Shastras. To him my prayer. Saha Indraha. The one who see Indra, whose meanings are these, whose powers are these, and whose praise is this. Clear? The meaning of Indra is all powerful. That Parameshwara. Purpose of Indra is Sarva Kameshwara. Praise of the Indra or Omkara is Chandasamrishavaha, Vishwarupaha, Chandobhyahadi, Amrutat Sambhavuva. These are the praises. His capacity is Sarva Kameshwara, and that is done because he is Parameshwara. Saha Indraha. Ma means Mam. Sprunotu. Endo me with. Attach me with. Please me with. Make me happy with. By blessing. By giving me. What? Medhaya. This is where we have to pause and thoroughly understand. What is the Medha? Prajnaya. The complete comprehension of every aspect of the theory and complete understanding about the practical aspects of what there is understood till the experience comes. That sort of confusionless, dilemma-less, doubtless, crystal clear, conviction oriented, thorough understanding at the intellectual level is called prajna. Right now for us, थोड़ा सुने थोड़ा नहीं सुने, कुछ समझ आया कुछ नहीं आया, और उस सेंटेंस के बीच में हम कनेक्शन देख नहीं पाते हैं, जोड़ नहीं पाते, वो याद भी नहीं रहता। और जब याद ही नहीं होता उसका, हाउ डू वी रिमेंबर इट्स महिमा? When the mahima is not remembered, how it will inspire us? Unless I am inspired, how will I be committed? Without commitment, when will I and how will I and why will I do? Without doing, how will I get? You understand? That feeling in behind this word medha or prajna, we must have to understand it. Or if you understand it, medhaya sprunotu, prajnaya sprunotu. In the language of the gunas, we can talk to Shuddha Sattva Guna, which is highly Shuddha Sattva Guna, which is perfectly employed in trying to know the means and goal. That is called prajna. शुद्ध सत्व गुण से परम चरम लक्ष्य परमात्मा है, उनके लिए ये साधना है। जो याद रख के निरंतर वही करने वाला प्रज्ञा मुझे चाहिए, मेधा मुझे चाहिए। सो स इंद्र में मेधया प्रज्ञया स्पृणोतु प्रीणयतु बलयतु वा। So may he make me pleased with bestowing me on prajna, and balayatva, may he strengthen my prajna shakti day by day. Not that day by day we are losing the prajna shakti, wherein the goal and means are forgotten. जनरली होता है, जितना उम्र बढ़ता है, if we are not only exclusively spiritual sadhaka, we involve in the worldly affairs which enter into our antakarana. Thereafter, it dilutes the spiritual prajna and pollutes our antakarana. कितने अनुभव कर पाते हैं, कितने लोगों से मिलते हैं, कितने काम करते हैं, ऑल दैट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ वासनास, मेमोरीज, आर इतना चीज हमारे मन में बैठकर प्रज्ञा इज लॉस्ट. Just an example, such a genuine feeling, I must have the darshan of the Lord. With so much of genuine feeling, we go for darshan of Lord in the temple towards the. But en route, when we see so many shops, etc., to buy, and they appear to be so important and urgent, and looks like 2-3 pieces only are there in the return, they were not available, then I go to buy them. Now remember, observe. When I went to buy this or that thing in the shop, what was happening to my feeling of wanting to have the darshan of the Lord, for which I started from home. So the desire to experience the darshan of the Lord is like prajna. And the forgetfulness of that prajna is like forgetfulness of the desire to go to temple by because of distraction of all the side things. पुरुषार्थ के भाषाओं में अर्थ कामनाओं में फंसने के कारण मोक्ष पाना है, ये वाला लक्ष्य रूपी प्रज्ञा को भूल जाना. Everybody is like that. 99% of people have totally lost prajna. Now here the prajna means the pure knowledge about knowing the truth as a goal and the sadhana to be done as spiritual sadhaka. 99% तो भूल ही गए. They are totally worldly samsari, living life only for artha kama. You and I who have come to Shastra Adhyayana and are studying it also for 1 hour and also doing little of homework, again our prajna also gets neutralized or nullified for various reasons. May it not happen. Oh my dear, oh Lord Omkara, oh Indra, oh Kameshwara, Parameshwara, let that prajna be always with me. Sprunotu. एक सेकंड भी मैं सपने में भी नहीं भूल जाऊं कि मेरा ये लक्ष्य परमात्मा है, मेरे आध्यात्मिक साधनाएं हैं. लिस्ट ऑफ ऑल साधनास and which level I am there at this moment to go to next level, what I have to do, all that should always be available to me. Like a driver, he knows where to reach, He knows how far he has reached. He knows how much petrol is there. He knows how much speed he can maintain, should maintain to reach on time. What are the roads? What are the curves? What are the turnings? What are the traffics? What are the traffic rules? All that is prajna. In the same way, my prajna is what is to be reached, where am I now, what is next to be done to do, go to the next level. अगर मैं विवेक लेवल में ही हूं तो विवेक का प्रज्ञा, विवेक पार कर चुका हूं, वैराग्य का एस्टैब्लिशमेंट, विवेक वैराग हो गया. नाउ विद दैट हेल्प डूइंग द कंट्रोल ऑफ मन शम, proving the control of the mind, in dhamma the control of the senses. Proof of jamadama is the natural withdrawal from the world called as uparama. Then uparama is tested in a lot of tests given to me as from the world outside. I am not disturbed, that's called titiksha. Then after all this is done, the next important infusing or test is how much genuine interest you have to know the goal, Shraddha. Are you all the time running back to that only, to your own goal? That's called Samadhanam. Urgency I have to get out of all the Upadhi, Yukta, Deha, Tadatmya or Jiva Bhava, Mumukshata. Steps I am telling. Then only with the Mumukshata, when I go to the Guru, reaching the Guru becomes fruitful for Guru also as well as me. But thereafter Guru Upasanam, all the sevas that are to be done to please the Guru. Then the Shravana. Then the Mana Nidhyasana. Even when we are doing Shravana, you and I, but we have to check, recheck thoroughly, ki, have we fulfilled all the earlier things, right from Vivek onwards? नहीं किया तो करते जाना, श्रवण भी करते रहना, ये हमारे लिए particularly. But in the sequence, all of them are already achieved. Then the Shravana, then the Mana Nidhyasana. So Medhaya Pragnaya Sprunotu means this one. Always in my surface of the memory should be my own ultimate goal of knowing the Lord and the sadhana to be done. So Medhaya Sprunotu. Understood, prajna मेरे को मिल जाए. स्पृणोतु प्रणयतु बलेत्वा. Then amrutasya deva dharana bhuyas. Where do you want to employ this prajna given? In my sadhana. After doing sadhana, what I want to achieve, that disciple himself is asking the Guru, or the Bhakta is asking Paramatma. आप मुझे प्रज्ञा दो, उसे साधना करूंगा, फल में मुझे ये मिलना चाहिए. हे देवा, ओ लॉर्ड, address, ओंकार देवा, भूयासम, may I become. What? Amrutasya dharana. Amrutasya dharana bhuyasam. So Medha and dharana are going together here. May I become the beholder, upholder, always holder of Amrita. And what is Amrita? Only Bhagavan Shankara can tell us. And what for that Amrita we have to hold? Only Bhagavan Shankara can tell us. So Amrutasya dharana bhuyasam. Dharana means holding. मैंने कोई पकड़ लिया, एक टम्बलर को धारणा किया, मीन्स पकड़ लिया मैंने. All these physical dharanas. When it is psychological, intellectual, it's intellectual dharana. So here, though example is given for explaining the word dharana, an outer object, but what is meant in this study shastra is the internal intellectual holding dharana. फिसल न जाए, पकड़ के रखना. किसका? अमृतस्य धारणा. What is Amrita here? Listen what Shankara Bhagavan says. Brahma Jnanasya. Why Brahma Jnana is it Amrita? Because Amrutatva Hetu Bhutasya. Because the Brahma Jnana alone is the Hetu for Amrutatva Prapti, the immortality. Means the birthless, changeless, deathless, samsara-less, eternal liberation or moksha or immortality is gained only through Brahma Jnana. Therefore, Brahma Jnana alone is the Amrita. That Brahma Jnana dharana may I have for Amrutatasya Prapti. See, Prajna Balam Viprarthite, then Amrutasya means Amrutatvasya Hetu Bhutasya Brahma Jnanasya. Because only a Brahma Jnani can have the Adhikara for the Amrutatva Prapti, Moksha, liberation. Only a Brahma Jnani can become adhikari for amrutatva prapti called as moksha. from the bandhana of Janma Marana Itya. Therefore, that is what is asked. अमृतस्य ब्रह्मज्ञानस्य अमृतत्व हेतुभूतस्य तदधिकारात् हे भगवान देव धारणः धारयिता भूयासं भवेयम्. May I become the holder of the Brahmajnana, which is the giver of Amrutattva. That Brahmajnana is uttered here by the Rishi in the mantra as Amritasya. So Amritasya Dharana Bhuyasa. No other Mruta, no other mortal ideas, ideologies, complex concepts, goals, etc. should be in my mind. Only Amrutattva Prapti Hetu Bhuta Brahma Jnana, which is called as Amrita here, of that alone I should become Dharanaha Dharayita Bhuyasa. May I become. Bhuyasa means become. Dharayita means a holder. Amritasya means Brahmagnanasya, because that alone is the one which gives us adhikara for Amritatva Prapti. See the greatness of player here. Then the Brahmagnana is taught to us by the Guru through the Upanishad. Therefore, the total thought is, may I, O Lord, by your grace, have the Medha in such a way that that Medha I will use to do the dharana on the Brahmagnana given to by me by the Guru through the Satsanga on the base of the Upanishads. With that Amrita Jnana or Brahma Jnana as an adhikara, after gaining that adhikaritva, I will become Amritatva Hetu Bhutasya. I will become immortal in my experience. Now, why I am saying so many times, why I am pausing here? Because how much of this thing has entered in us and pushed away all other our imaginary goals, pursuits. So many imaginations of so many goals we keep in our mind, keep on pursuing them. And all of them are nothing but Artha Kama. In short, उन सबको धक्का देना चाहिए, ये कन्विक्शन कि मुझे अमृत का ही प्राप्ति होना है, उसके लिए ब्रह्म ज्ञान का धारणा होना है, उसके लिए मेधा होना है, वो मैं मांग रहा हूं. Medas includes many other aspects of subtlety, concentration, ability to discriminate and convincingly understand that only through Adhyatmik sadhana I get liberation, and anything other than Adhyatmikata will bind me only. All these informations, contemplations, understandings, all of them part of Medha, of which we are slowly becoming adhikari. Therefore, through these classes, our Guru Parampara is equipping us with that type of Medhas, provided we continue. Continuously, rigorously, vigorously, unbroken, relentlessly, consistently, incessantly, when we are in this way, through the exposing of this Shastra Jnanam, then we get that initial basic Medha of using the intellect to inquire. Secondary Medha of getting conviction about Paramatma only as the goal to be reached to get liberated. After that, the third level of Medha of the moksha giving Brahma Jnana should be held in our intellect's memory all the time with full inspiration that every moment we are pursuing only that sadhana which is giving us the Brahma Jnana followed by Amritatva Anubhuti. That whole thing is called Medha. Now, such person will be in the world among the things and beings and projects and works. कहाँ रहेगा वो एक जंगल में बैठकर in his intense deep study in that ashrama with the Guru, thoroughly he is equipping himself in that study of the Shastra and busy in that, and whatever is digested is only into that, trying to meditate and experience it. And that's the way we have to evolve. That is what we have to desire for. I'm to desiring for myself. May I, Lord, go to such place and such Guru from whom this Brahma Jnana is so thoroughly taught to me, and I become the Dharayita of that Brahma Jnana, which is a Hetu for Amritatasya Prapti. And before that, let the Medha in me so strong that Never ever, even in dream also, anything other than Paramatma, I imagine as goal or means. इतना पक्का हमको होना है. And that strictness is required for liberation. That's why only Upanishads are the only highest literature which insists the highly to be insisted topic called as this one. ऐसी प्रज्ञा मेधा हमारे हो जाए कि परमात्मा प्राप्ति के ही लक्ष्य को पाने के लिए वही साधना करें हर पल. अदर देन दैट, नो अदर थिंग. That is the meaning of this whole sentence. Samendro medhaya sprunotu amrutasya deva dharanaha bhuyasam bhaviyam. Now, has it entered our hearts? How much deeply is entered? Are we feeling for it? Did we develop Shraddha in that? Are we developing interest for that? Are we really now started praying therefore that Omkara? Ki O Omkara, through this explanation, I understood. Now, like that Rishi of that Upanishad, I am also requesting you to give me Medha. Then also this second aspect of Amrutasya Devadharana Bhuyas. हे देव अमृतस्य ब्रह्मज्ञानस्य अमृतत्व प्राप्ति साधनस्य धारणयता धारयिता भूयासम. And such Vedantic Jnanam can be put thoroughly with all details in minimum words only in Sanskrit. Because we don't know Sanskrit, we know English. We are trying to explain it in all aspects. All aspects are put in those simple looking Sanskrit Bhasha, Sanskrit words. So Medha is asked and Brahmajnana Dharana Shakti is asked with the use of that Medha Shakti. Because with the Medha Shakti, anything of the world also we can remember and do those works thoroughly and get those results. But that's not going to give liberation. Therefore, our Medhas should not be misused for that. The terrorist also Medhavi, full of Medhas. You know, एक घोटाला करने वाला भी बढ़िया मेधावी. It is not an easy thing to escape the police and do all the crimes of the world. They are all very highly Medhavis. See that Medhas of whether Russian president or Chinese president or the Hitler, they are highly but misused. Therefore, when we ask for Medhas, what for Medhas we should use, that also we should know. That is called Amrutasya Deva Dharanaha Bhuyasam. He Deva Amrutasya Brahmajnanasya Dharanaha Dharayita Bhuyasam Bhaviyam. May I become the holder of the Brahmajnana to get the mukti with the Medha which you give me. Therefore, not only you give me Medhas, but also see to it that I use this Medhas for the ultimate purpose of moksha through Brahmajnana. No other thing it should enter into my life for any reason, for any purpose. Now, with this prayer, and really, if we are blessed, how immaculate, how pure, how genuine, how cute we would be as a sadhaka. To such sadhaka, the Guru addresses the word Saumya Priyadarshana. कितना प्यारा है रे तुम कि इतना प्रार्थना करके मेधस को पाया और उस मेधस से केवल परमात्मा जानने के लिए मेरे पास आकर टोटली सरेंडर किया. So sweet you are, therefore Saumya. Like you will talk in your English language, my dearest, loving, or you say darling, and all words you use in those Vedantic Vedic days, the word was Saumya. Because the Guru is fascinated by seeing that child's qualification, purity, etc. Is it not? How pleased must be that Yamaraj having seen that Nachiketa. Whose outer looks themselves must have pleased so much because that person's genuinity inside is expressed in the form of that special kanti or virtues on his face and around. Then, after discussing with him, Yamaraj felt so much happy seeing that Najigata. One after the other vara he was going on giving. Here the जब यमराज और नचिकेत का संवाद होता है ना उस समय what you can see, Yamaraj has forgotten his duty of Yamapada, he has forgotten his family members, and he forgot himself also. That much he was in fascination with that child because he was so great. Saumya. बढ़िया है कि नहीं? Should we become like that? Or should we become such a frustrating disciple to the guru कि कुछ भी कहा भूल ही गया, हर एक चीज का डाउट क्वेश्चन करते रहते हैं, कोई साधना करके आगे बढ़ना ही नहीं है. Then not Saumya, then Vishama Rupa only, the disciple or Prarabdha of the Guru. No, because that's what I said in the introduction. These are the in between the things, in between the lines, the things which are not seen on the surface level. The ability to study them, understand them, is called the invocation of the grace of the Guru. When the Guru blesses us, the in between things we try to catch. That all are there in this. In this prarthana, the disciple is asking, make me such a prajnavan or medhavi, so too may I have the dharaka of the Brahmagnana. With such preparation, may I go to my Guru and listen from him the Upanishad. So that my Guru is not disturbed by me when I go, I am so raw and unqualified. He should welcome me. Is it not? Make me stay there and feel the joy of giving me the Vidya. है ना, ऐसा मैं बनूं जान ऐसे हो ना एवरी वे द प्रेयर शुड बी लाइक दैट. I should pray before I come to class. May I speak in such a way that the audience love the listening and they love to continue. So to the wife should feel when the husband comes before, I should behave with him in such a way that he so much loves me. So to the husband should while coming home, मैं जाकर इतना प्रेम करूंगा उनसे कि she loves me. When I go to an office, I must go. I'll work in such a way the company is benefited, the management is happy. The management also should think so many employees I have employed, maybe take care of them in such a way that they should wholeheartedly work for the company. है ना? The praja should feel कि we are with so much faith in electing these leaders. May they live long with all wisdom. The elected leaders also should think if we are given this opportunity to rule, may we rule for the benefit of the entire nation. That intention that matters. क्या बढ़िया बात है कि disciple says, may go to Guru with well prepared prajna and this amrutasya dharanatva, that Guru need not struggle to prepare me because Guru is बुढ़े हो चुके हैं. ये जवान में थे जो वो तब वो विगरस से भी करते थे. अब इतने बैच स्टूडेंट्स को पढ़ा के वो थक गए होंगे. But other than him, I can't have knowledge from anyone else. I have to go to him only. But he's not young like earlier days. He's very old. I can't trouble him. So may I go with full preparation. After which he needs to say Tattvamasi and I should understand everything. This sense, common sense bath, everywhere it works. Wherein we intelligently prepare ourselves in such a way before we go anywhere that to that person the effort is less. Is it not? Effort is less. Like mother is ready to serve the food. The child should be ready by plate there with a plate. That reduces the effort of mother. Father is going to office. Whatever the laptop items required, keep them ready for the father. It makes his efforts less. That's the meaning of love, respect, reverence, which look to be very simple and totally lost out of our vision nowadays. कर लो तुम जो करना है, जो चाहिए तुम खुद कर लो. In our young days, we used to keep the vehicle ready, पूरे पहुंच साफ करके किक करके तैयार रखते थे फॉर फादर. बिफोर दैट उनके चप्पल जो भी है साफ कर से तैयार. बिफोर दैट कपड़े इस्त्री. We all have done all that. That was a training event to us. So that there's an effort for the father who is a maintainer of all our family. So much work he'll have to do throughout the day in the office. ये चीजें तैयार रखना. The moment he comes, take all the bag from him, keep the things ready. It becomes effortless to him. He's anyway putting effort somewhere for us only. Other things let us make effortless for him. This attitude is called as devotion. Feeling, surrender. ये जब होता है ना जिंदगी में ना, आप फिर कभी भी गलत नहीं करोगे. आप सबसे प्रेम पाएंगे. In these words, unsaid things are these. It's not arrogance. Give me the medhas, give me the Brahmadharana Shakti, that I go and prove to the Guru that I am so great disciple, teach me the knowledge. Not that arrogance, nonsense. It is humbleness. Hey Guru, These are already preparations I came to you. Please be kind enough to teach me. Brahma vidapnoti param tadeshabhyukta satyam jnanam anantam brahma. ये है बात. So all aspects of this mantra are covered. Always whatever we could do, there may be much more deeper things, much more detailed things also. But इतना है कि ओंकार is Paramatma, is Parameshwara, is Sarvakameshwara, he is Indra, he is powerful to bless us. We are asking with Medha Prajna and also asking with एव देव अमृतस्य धारण भूयासम अमृतस्य ब्रह्मज्ञानस्य अमृतत्व अमृतत्व हेतुभूतस्य. वेरी क्लियर. इतना सुनकर भी कितना याद है, कितना हमको समझ में आया, वो इम्पोर्टेंट है. पर उसको कितना यूज कर रहे हैं वो इम्पोर्टेंट. अमृतत्व इसलिए मैंने कहा 11,000 बार पढ़ो विद द मेमोरी ऑफ द मीनिंग. देन द जेन्युइननेस विल कम इन अस इन आस्किंग. देन ओनली द ओंकार इंद्र विल ब्लेस. हमारा पूछने में हाफ हार्टेडनेस जो है और जेन्युइनिटी नहीं है, सिंसियरिटी नहीं है, ओंकार कहते ऐसे बोल रहा है, वो चाहता ही नहीं, देंगे नहीं वो. Half of the thing is done of medha kama. Second one, shariram me vicharshanam jihva me madhumattama karnabhyam bhori vishruvam brahmanah koshosi medhaya pihitah shrutam me gopaya. Up to this is the medha kama japa mantras. Now, shariram me vicharshanam. Shariram me mama vicharshanam vichakshanam yogyam iti etat. May my deha, till I realize the self, till its prarabdha is there before it falls, it be vicharshanam only, vichakshanam only, yogyam only iti etat. May my body be yogya for Vedantic Adhyatmic sadhana. एंड दैट योग्यता में फिर आप बाकी सारे ऐड करो. What are the things to be added? The health aspect of it, the strength and energy aspect of it, the agility, the dynamism aspect of it, the lightness aspect of it, the every limbs perfect as perfect, they're intact in that aspect. Sara milkar vichakshanam. That vicharshanam is used by the Guru Maharaj or the Rishi of the Upanishad. The literal meaning of vicharshan is said as vichakshanam. Then the simple one word meaning, our Guru says one word, yogyam. उसको आप अब विस्तार से समझो. Because at this level of spiritual sadhana study, some things when they are hinted, you should have the capacity to understand. This is the hint given. Me shariram vicharshanam. That's the mantra. Me shariram yogyam. That is a commentary. अरे विचर्षण को योग्य बताया, अब बाकी समझो. जब योग्य बात बताया मैंने, योग्य इज अ फेमिलियर वर्ड टू यू. क्वालिफाइड. योग्य मीन्स फिट टू, मीन्स माय बॉडी शुड बी फिट, नॉट विथ फिट्स now and then. The fitness should be there, not fits in the body. Sharira mein vicharsha. No day should I miss the class because of ill health. नहीं तो कंटिन्यूटी चला जाएगा. And any गफलत गड़बड़ कर दी, तबीयत खराब हो गया, कभी कभी 3, 4, 5 days also it takes. And when the health is bad, I tell you, the good heart of ours to do sadhana gets so demoralized. Whole attention only on this wretched, stupid body. वो कर्तव्य भी है. अगेन यू हैव टू टेक मेडिसिन, टेक रेस्ट एंड ईट फूड. दिमाग पूरा उसमें लगाना पड़ता है उसको रिपेयर करने के लिए. If we prevent it by the prayer and our own care, that such thing doesn't happen. It's good, no. That effort in that achievement is called as vicharshanam, yogyam. Means all the time I am conscious of my sthiti of the deha and maintaining it such way that it is not becoming obstacle hindrance for my sadhana spiritual, which is every aspect. But then therefore for that again, the nidra aspect for the deha, the bhojana aspect for the deha, in that which bhojana to take to maintain the sattva guna, how much quantity I have to eat, how much gap I have to give between two meals, all of them put together is the effort to make the body yogya, keep the body yogya. At no moment of the day, the body should be heavy with overeating, or very weak because of non-eating, or very tamasic because of wrong food eating. That's the meaning of yogya. And any part has got problem, then the dukkha is unbearable. You can't focus on the sadhana or study. And you and I are knowing it every day. Shariram me vicharshanam yogya. In that, the other subtle finer aspects is which may or may not be possible. I'm only mentioning it. Don't make it a compulsion. That ability to sit for 6 hours in Padmasana, at least in the Sukhasana. That's called Yogyata. नहीं है वो कैपेसिटी, फिर हिलते रहेंगे डुलते रहेंगे while doing japa and meditation, होगा ही नहीं. Yoga is that capacity also. I'm not mentioning that therefore you must try for your पद्मासन एंड ऑल. मुमकिन नहीं है चेयर में बैठना, आपको तो वही करना. मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी टेक्निक इज वट एवर मेक्स योर बॉडी कंफर्टेबल सिट, नॉट कंफर्टेबल टू स्लीप, comfortable enough to not distract us from our purpose of study. ऐसा वाला योगी बनाओ. कोई बैठ सकते हैं पद्मासन, बैठो. नहीं है तो सुखासनम, अर्ध पद्मासनम, सिद्धासनम. नन ऑफ देम आर पॉसिबल. आई कैन ओनली सिट ऑन चेयर. हैप्पीली बैठो, कोई टेंशन नहीं है. बट सोना मत वहां, ध्यान से सुनना. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज योग्यता ऑफ द देह इंक्लूडिंग आवर एबिलिटी. कहीं भी बैठो आप ठीक योग्य होना है. सोफा में बैठ कर सोना नहीं, फिर उसके बाद कमर का दर्द भी नहीं होना. फिर Shariram me vijarsana. In the beginning, in the middle, till the end, all the time my Sharira should be vicharsana. Now, why I'm not saying it and leaving, though the sentence is simple? Again, only one thing is how much I am more than a speaker, speaking as a listener for myself, for me to have. Yesterday, today, what did I do to make the Sharira Yogya or remain Sharira Yogya? Or what are the mistake I have done because of the future, the body became Ayogya and I suffered. याद रखने अर्थ. In this case, एक एक टुकड़ा जो हम खाने का खाते हैं उसके ऊपर हम दृष्टि रखना है. Will it make my body योग्य for sadhana or अयोग्य? That sensitivity is called as Sharira में विचर्ष. It's not that I eat whatever I want, I live whatever the way I want licentiously, but you bless me to make the body yogya. This is not right. Like MEDHA also. It is not that I spoil my mind with all worldliness and you try to give me MEDHA. Aha! हम अपने तरह से करेंगे, करने के लिए अकल दो. Point is that. मैं करूंगा और करने का क्षमता, कमिटमेंट दो. शरीरम में विचर्षण means not the Lord will bless you to be healthy. Lord will bless us with the akal using which we remain healthy. याद रखना एक बात, we have seen it in Vidur Niti 20 days back and 100 times we quoted this shloka. The only way the Lord blesses us is by giving us right understanding and the inspiration to implement that. Lord will not come and bless us at every small little activity. Lord never enabled Arjuna in fighting the war in any other way. He gave him a right understanding. That was enough. Nahasте estimadaya deva rakshanti sadhakam yam tu rakshitumicchanti. Listen, subudhya yojayanti tam. The here Shariram me vicharsham is give me such subuddhi by which I always mind the health of the body. Yogyata of the body for sadhana. So to medhas. That give me such akal that I am not misusing the medha power for storing in that medhas all the nonsense things of the world. I should have the ability and guts and practice to forget the unworthy things in my life. So many bitter experiences happen, failures happen, misunderstandings happen, quarrels happen. अरे बेवकूफ, ये सारा खचरा दिमाग में रखा. Where is the place for the Vedanta, the Shastra to enter and stay there? A part of Medha is ability to select and delete the nonsense. Praying the Lord for that, practicing that. नहीं तो कभी भी आप आगे साधना नहीं बढ़ सकते. The attachment includes not only the sukha and sukha giving people, the dukkha and dukkha given people. उनको याद करना भी attachment है. वो खचरा भी फेंक देना चाहिए. That's the part of medha. There. Here also, shariram mein vicharsana. हो गया. Now जिह्वा में मधुमत्तमा. तो my jihva, my tongue, my speaking organ, mouth be madhumattama means madhumati. Madhumattama means madhu से भरा हो, sweet, sweet, sweet. अतिशयेन मधुरभाषिणी इत्यर्थः. It should be extremely sweet speaking. And that also won't happen overnight. And nothing happens overnight other than becoming old and nearing the death. Everything had to be made happen, has to be made happen. You have to make it happen. Today onwards, let us have a slogan in our life. What is that? Not let God do it happen or let it happen. No, make it happen. Like make in India, made in India. Is a slogan, say na? Now made India for all the world. That's a new slogan. So what our slogan from today is make it happen. Not wait for it to happen. Make it happen. One of the very important things we have to make it happen. Without our effort, it will not happen. Is jihva becoming madhumattama. The tongue becoming sweet. Not even a little of sourness or bitterness or any of the other five the tastes. There are shad 6 tastes. Again, the sweetness is one, bitterness is second one, pungent is the third one, then the salty is the fourth one, the sour is the fifth one, and one more is there. Out of them, all the other things are no. Only meeta wala, sweet. No sour speaking, no bitter. सॉल्ट अलग होता है, इमली अलग होता है, और एक टेस्ट होता है. ये 3 हो गए. फिर ये 3 है मीठा, खट्टा और कड़वा. मीठा, कड़वा और पंजेंट, तीखा. ये 3 हो गए. और नमकीन में 3 होते हैं. नमक का अलग टेस्ट होता है, आम इत्यादि का इमली का अलग होता है. ओगरू कहते हैं तेलुगु में. इन हिंदी आई एम नॉट एबल टू गेट सम थिंग्स. वो जो गले में अटकने की तरह लगता है वो टेस्ट. दैट इज द 6th टेस्ट. Out of them, jihva me madhumattama. In fact, there are the tastes of the tongue when the tongue is jnanendriya. But the same things we are using to explain for the tongue when it is a karmendriya. Meeti vani. So jihva me madhumattama ativa madhumati. Iti arthaha atishayena madhurabhashini ityartha. And this prayer is so much essential. This effort and training also so much essential for us to be welcomed everywhere, for us to be received, for us to be giving hospitality and loving, liking us. ये जिह्वा मधुमत्तमा होना चाहिए. And in every path, so too in spiritual path, little obstacles, mistakes come. All that anger, all the inner frustration vents out or comes out only through speech. Remember, through the speech of anger, inside from my heart, I may throw out this disturbance. But mind you, that disturbance disturbs the entire atmosphere. जैसे कोई भी वॉमिट किया है जिसमें इन्फेक्शियस थिंग्स है, आई थ्रू इट आउट बट इट हैज स्प्रेड एवरीवेयर. इन द सेम वे जिह्वा का गुस्सा जब बाहर हम तीखे पदों से यूज बाहर करते हैं, बहुत तंग. दैट्स व्हाट यस्टरडे श्री राम भगवान टोल्ड अस इन वाल्मीकि रामायण, ऑल द अनर्थस वी गेट बिकॉज ऑफ क्रोध. दैट ब्राह्मण आज बोलेंगे वो मैंने पाप किया, आप ही दंड दो वगैरह. सो जिह्वा में मधुमत्तमा. And what are the rules of sweetness of the sweet tongue? We have spoken already very exhaustively. Correct vocabulary, correct tone and tune, correct sweetness. So tone and tune, the speed, etc. Then the intentional purity. That we are speaking for the welfare of other person. In that there should be care, concern, love, all of that. Most important is the respectful, reverential address to the person. And then that speech should be satya and should be truthful and purposeful. ये सब कहते हैं. मधुमत्तमा जिह्वा में है. बंदे का जितना भी घाव हो वो भर जाना चाहिए, ऐसा आपा खोने वाला मीठे बातें कहना है. We should be natural. That's it. And for that, few things we have to understand are by not being sweet in our speech, by being bitter, other than creating enemies, we are not going to achieve it. What more we can do by speaking harsh and bitter is strengthen our ego, arrogance. That's it. And these ego arrogance in me and making the people enemy to me has never helped anyone in life. No, it is. We have to understand it. And then a question: why should I have this uncalled for harshness in the speech, born out of bitterness in my heart? Let me select it, delete it once for all. Then keep practicing for 1 month. Let the servants come, मीठा बोलना. बच्चे मीठा, बड़े मीठा, रिश्ते नाते आए हैं मीठा, दोस्त आए मीठा. Let it become a habit. And in that speech of Madhumattama, the three things we told, heart should be always in the pleasant condition. Face should be always in the cheerful condition. The mouth should always come out with the wonderful words. Starting में ही respectfully, lovingly शुरू. You know, it's better always to say dear, loving, प्यारे. Not that अरे गधे इधर आ जाओ. शुरू only गधे. He will kick and prove that what you said is right. The respectful address is the one with which you can conquer anybody in the world. And you have to respect because Bhagwan is there in that रूप. हम तत्वज्ञानी जब पढ़ रहे थे तो हमको तो कोई डाउट होना ही नहीं चाहिए कि भगवान इज एक्सप्रेसिंग थ्रू एवरी बैक्टीरिया, अमीबा, मस्किटो, बफेलो, ह्यूमन बीइंग, whoever may be, where who's the jiva there, only भगवान is expressing through that उपाधि. इतना हम पढ़ने के बाद हमको डाउट होना ही नहीं चाहिए. Therefore for us, even dog also respect worthy. Everybody, every human being. जिह्वा में मधुमत्तमा. Because with Madhumati Jihva only, when we are with each other for long time, we can stay together. Even after long staying also, little Madhuta of the Jihva goes away, there becomes a gap or break in the relation. And in my unconscious mode, what Amadhu, non-sweet words I speak or spoke, I don't know, many of you leave me and go. आप बोलते भी नहीं हो. Why are you leaving me? What bitter I spoke or all that. Okay, though I have to only be careful. Make it sweet. Even if I have not done mistake, will you that you are murkhata and prarabdha. What can I do? Get out. Get lost. Who cares? When you don't care me. Guru has both. He'll pour total love when when he finds you deserve. When he finds we are nonsense, he also has the vairagya. He is sannyasi, not you. Never come to that situation where Guru becomes sannyasi for us. If he becomes sannyasi for us, he will kick us and he will never allow our thought also to come in our mind, his mind. Forget about his goodwill or blessings and love. And if you want that, then do it. If you're so arrogant, no, 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 no. The Lord is in the form of Guru and in his love, kindness, blessings all the time, then behave and deserve. It's other topic, nothing to do with this Jihva में मधुमत्तमा. It's an elongation of this topic. जिह्वा में मधुमत्तमा. हो गया. मेधा चाहिए, शरीर का विचर्षण चाहिए, मधुताब्द जिह्वा चाहिए. मैं भी कोशिश करूंगा उसके लिए. करणाभ्याम भूरि विश्रुवम. May I use my ears to listen lot shastras till I get convinced about the lakshya as Parabrahma. Marga is the adhyatmic sadhana of Anvaya Vyatireka Ityad. Karnabhyam Bhuri Vishruvam. तो भूरी कर्णाभ्याम इज श्रोत्राभ्याम. भूरी मतलब बहु. विश्रुवम इज विश्रुवम. मीन्स श्रोता भूयासम इति अर्थः. So may I become the listener all the time throughout life. अब सुनना ही रखना है जीवन में, बोलना नहीं. You are more lucky than me. I have to speak. While speaking, I don't listen. You have stopped speaking, therefore you have the opportunity to continuously listen. Lord enters into the listener faster. Because speaker is busy in not allowing the Lord, because he is making the Lord enter in other people through his speech. better become a Shrota. Karnabhyam Bhuri Vishruvam. So we said Bhuri is Bhuri Vastu Bhagwan. Therefore, Bhagwan ke liye hi sununga, Bhagwan ki baat hi sununga. That is the meaning of Bhuri Vishruvam. And the listening of the Lord needs to be very exhaustive and long, because the mind will not be convinced with little listening. That is therefore the second meaning of bhuri is listening more and more, more and more, more and more. In that all the stories, all the shastras, all the logics, सब आते, सब मैं सुन सुनकर परमात्मा के बारे में जानकारी पूरा पाना है. Therefore bhuri vishwa. Bhuri also means good. That goodness in other word called bhadram. In that bhadram, may I listen bhadram from the ears means what? Even the other person talks bitter or shouts at me, I must learn the lesson something. That is called as bhadram karneve shunyam. And if that lesson learned is spiritual lesson, then you have made that seemingly bitter occasion of abuses or insults from the people as the blessings. That is the meaning of Bhuri Vishruvam is equal to Bhadram Shunyamaha Karnevihi. वो वाला ये वाला दोनों जोड़कर कंप्लीट मीनिंग समझकर साधना करना. लेट मी नॉट लिसन एनीथिंग नॉन स्पिरिचुअल. इवन द स्पीकर इज नॉन स्पिरिचुअल, स्पीच इज नॉन स्पिरिचुअल. कुछ ना कुछ मैं सीखूं, विवेक सीखूं या वैराग्य सीखूं या शमदवादी सीखूं या तत्व, कुछ ना कुछ सीख लेते हैं तो उसको भूरि विश्रम कहते हैं. Here Bhuri means well heard. Whether the speaker speak well or not, still the listener can be the well listener. And the best well listening of a listener with a worst speaker is what? He learned this, that never attends a speaker's lecture again. वो भी एक सीख है. एंड इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन इतना गंदा बुरा मतलब गलत है, अच्छी तरह नहीं बोल रहा है, तुम कैसे सुन पाए हो 1 घंटा? Then this genuine and intelligent listener will give this reply. Yeah, I was listening attentively to him for 1 hour only to know how I should not speak. हो गया कि नहीं? He is a good listener. कैसे नहीं बोलना चाहिए ये मैं उनसे सीख रहा था. Wonderful thing. Karnabhyam bhuri vishwa. But the main meaning is what? Listen more and more about Brahma Jnana only. In that bhuri vishram, the exhaustion, the tiredness, the disliking, all of that should not come. Or distraction for desire to listen to other things may it not come to me. One of the biggest distraction is we want to listen about our own ego, our own glory, our own achievement. ना 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 ना, सुनना है सिर्फ भगवान का, बोलना है सिर्फ भगवान का, दिमाग काम करना है सिर्फ भगवान के लिए. दैट्स व्हाट मेधा, शरीर, Jihva and Karna. This is what in the Bhakti Bhasha, when we study all your Indriyas, Antakarna, we should use for only the Lord. That's what we study in Prahlada Charitra. And for all that, the source is this Veda mantra only. क्योंकि वेद पहले आए. What said in Veda mantra, they try to interpret or put in that language, in that context of the Purana Itihasas. What is the meaning of भद्रम करने में alone is the meaning of और यश्चंदसा वृषभः, इसी का मतलब है वो भी जब कहते हैं your ears are to listen to the Lord's words, otherwise it's the place for the snakes to stay, your mouth is for only taking the name of the Lord, otherwise it's like the sound of a mendak. उन्होंने ऐसे अपने पोएटिक व्यंग्य भाषा में बताया, बट बताने वाला बात वही है, उसका सोर्स यही है. That way. Now the 3 sentences, ब्रह्मण कोशोसि मेधया पीतः श्रुतम में गोपाय, ये 3 सेंटेंस बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट गंभीर है. लेट अस कम टू स्टडी टुमारो. देन वी विल इंटेंड टू आवहन देवी तन्वाना कुर्वाणा शीरमात्मनः वासागंसि मम गावश्च अन्नपाने च सर्वदा ततो मे श्रियमावह लोमशां वशवे स्वाहा. What a beautiful mantras. श्री काम के लिए स्वाहाकार वाले होम मंत्र. These are all Medha Kama, Sharira Vicharshana Kama, Jiva Madhumattama Kama, as well as Karnabhyam Bhuri Vishram Kama. All that is called Japa Mantra. So why not chant once and conclude? Tomorrow, when I conclude the explanation of this mantra in the beginning only, it may hardly take 20 minutes. We may chant it couple of times. बिकॉज जप के लिए करके भगवान ने जो डिफाइन किया, लेट अस डू इट वाइल स्टडिंग ओनली. बाद में कौन करे ना करे क्या याद है, क्या पता. एटलीस्ट नाउ वी कैन प्रैक्टिस लाइक नाउ. स्टार्ट. ओम यश्चंदसाम वृषभो विश्वरूपः छंदोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् संबभूव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतो अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं शरीरं मे विचर्षणम् जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. I have to specially thank you for patiently listening from last 4 days, although the same subject is repeated. And because it is important, we felt the need of repeating. But how many times it is repeated is not primary. How much clearly we understood and got conviction is primary. May we all have that conviction. With these words, today we'll conclude this talk. Then we'll start our 10 minutes of Viduraniti study. Om, 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 Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah Paramarshibhyo Namah Parabrahmane Namah Swatimatre Namah Vedavyasa Satgurave Namah Yajnavalkya Maharshe Namah Om Vaishampayanarshe Namah Adya Shankara Satgurave Namah Asmadgurubhyo Namah Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you. बहुत बढ़िया बाबा.